What do you want? No, I'm not going to talk to you. You know what you did, Wayan. No, you know it very well. Stop trying to tell me that I'm overreacting. I know what happened. Do you think I'm blind? I saw it. All of it. And I don't need to directly say it for you to know what I'm talking about. You know it very well. And it's very clear, Wayan. It's obvious. You could have at least tried to hide it better. You weren't hiding anything. That's what you're saying. But can I really believe it, Wayan? You want me to believe you? Well, I'll tell you then. Here is what I think. I saw you with him. With that guy. And he was acting close to you. And you seemed to be happy to be around him. I saw how he looked at you, Wayan. Is that even okay? Are you really sure nothing's going on behind my back? Why would I think that? Well, no. I'm not saying you've ever given me a reason. I guess. Sorry. I was assuming things. My thoughts. I guess they got the best of me. I didn't mean anything by what I said. At least not about you. I still don't like him. And I don't like the way he acted towards you. But I guess I was being passive aggressive. I'm really sorry. I didn't mean it. I promise you. And about what you said, I really believe you, Ayan. I never assumed you're a liar, but sometimes my thoughts, they aren't really the best. And they're not good. I'm still a little bit upset. Not with you, I guess. Maybe with myself. And this guy. And the entire situation, too. But, but you could try and make it up to me. Well, I know I'm a little bit wrong, but at least try to humor me, Wayan. I'm feeling very upset right now. You are? Well, I'm glad to know. You're at least patient with me. I can give you that. Well, you have an idea then? I'm glad to know. I really don't have one. Don't tease me about it. You. Maybe. Maybe it's not such a bad idea. Yeah, cuddling will do. But isn't cuddling too simple? You're here talking about how you have all the ideas, and that's all you said in the end. I'm not saying anything or complaining about it. I'm only telling you that you shouldn't be so mean to me for not having a good idea. Well, I'll give you that. Maybe you're a little bit faster. And I guess it's easier for you. But you're lucky I like it. Come on. I missed you, Ayan. Sometimes I can miss you when you're around. I don't understand it. And yet, it's like nothing I could ever do could make that feeling go away. That feeling of wanting you and missing you. It makes me more jealous too. Or maybe I'm really jealous like that. I really wouldn't know. Is it okay for me to get so jealous? Do you ever get jealous too? I wonder if that's normal. It is? So you do get jealous over me sometimes. Then, why do you not tell me? I wouldn't be bothered. In fact, I would kind of like it. Yeah, I'm being honest. I mean, I don't think jealousy is all so bad. It means you love me. And it doesn't say anything about trust. You could trust someone and still get jealous over them. The same way I get jealous over you. It still happens, no matter how much you trust the other person. But it's normal, and it's nothing to be sad over. I guess it's not what I wanted to hear, but it goes for you. I mean it. I'm glad I'm not alone in this feeling, though. Before you came along and before we started dating, I never really felt that way. So you could say that you're the only one who made me feel like this. I never really got that feeling, and I'm not used to it. It feels strange, like it's eating you up from the inside. Doesn't it feel that way? I guess you could describe it like that too. Both work. It feels like something's feeding off of your anger and still giving you more. But in the end, I really should not have let it get the best of me. I guess. I guess it's not that bad. But also, I should be able to control my own feelings. It's just that it gets very harder around you. I guess you could say that. I mean, it's really true, Wyan. You're very special to me. I could never say anything to disagree with that. You made me feel love for the first time. You know, before you came along, I never really cared about these things. About my firsts, or who I'd love and who I'd live with. But now you're here, and I care about too many things. But I'm glad about all of them. I'm glad that you made me care. And I'm glad that you changed me, Wayan. And I'm even more glad that you have all of my firsts. My first kiss. And my first love. I really hope you get to have many more. Because I intend to stay with you forever. Do you want the same? I'm glad. I'm really happy that you think you want to stay with me. And I hope I can keep things that way. I know it could be a lot to deal with at times. And sometimes I don't understand you very well, or misunderstand things. And it takes me a long time to do things that may be normal for others, but I'm just glad that you're here, that you're with me, despite it all. And I'm really sorry for getting so worked up about nothing. But I guess as you said, it's bound to happen every once in a while. Jealousy is really bad, but it's a really normal feeling in the end. Like anger, like sadness too. We get over it, and we think clearly. I really trust you, Mayan. And I know that everything you tell me will never be a lie. You really don't know how much control you have over my heart. But it's all true. Do I really make you feel that way too? I'm glad you trust me, and I'm glad you feel safe around me. I'll always protect you, Mayan. I know that's not what you really need, and I really hope you don't ever need my protection. But if you ever do, just know that I will be protecting you with my life. I promise you. I don't know how to process my emotions very well, but I'm trying to learn. But some of them are clear, and most of them are about you. Because my heart knows that it loves you till the very end, and it will always remain that way, no matter how many fights you get through or what happens. I will always love you. Um, I didn't mean to get like that, but thank you for saying that. Ryan, do you remember the time I canceled the date on you? And I stood you up? Yeah, and I told you I was sick, didn't I? Well, I'll tell you something. It wasn't like that. There was a real reason behind it. And it wasn't me being sick. I'll tell you, but promise not to laugh at me. You wouldn't laugh? Somehow I have a feeling that you will. But I'll tell you anyway, since I went so far as to say this. I can't leave you with a lie, can I? Well, That day, I wasn't feeling very well. Not in a sick way, but I guess emotionally. I wasn't really ready to go on a date, and I got really nervous. So, I couldn't really show up. Hey, you said you want to laugh. You can't laugh at me like that. And you promised you wouldn't. I really told you that you would. And you promised. But I guess it's my fault for trusting you so much. But back then, I really was not used to the idea. And I felt like I was going to mess everything up. So I got too scared that I didn't even show up to your date. I guess that was more messy. But I'm glad things were sorted out. And that you understood in the end. I was worried you'd be upset and leave me after that. But I guess you stuck through. And now you know the truth. Besides, you can't be really laughing at me because I got nervous, can you? I'm not the only one who gets nervous around here. I've seen you get nervous too. Or do you want me to tell you what I saw that time? You should really stop mocking me now. You're feeling brave, aren't you? I could remind you what happened that day if you'd be so willing to listen. But I guess, if you remember it well enough, you would know well not to tell me. Alright, you brought this on yourself. I was not going to bully you for it. But I guess you have no choice but to tell you. You know that day when we were on a date and you came over to my place and then you were eating and before you went away, I was going to tell you to stay the night. And when you came to turn around, since you were so shocked by it, you stumbled and I had to hurry over to your side to catch you. You laughed after that, and you're blushing real bright. And then we had our first kiss. Well, it was really funny, Mayan, but it was really sweet too. I guess you could be really like that. Adorable and funny at the same time. And absolutely beautiful. Am I really waxing poetic about you right now? I guess so. But they're all true words, aren't they? So I don't think there is a big deal in doing this. Besides, I should probably be teasing you more than I do. Why, you ask? Well, I don't really think there is a reason for you to tease me about things. But as for you, well, you could be really adorable, Lion. And it's much more fun to tease you then. And you deserve it. You can be such an insufferable person when you're teasing me, of course. Not usually. But I guess that's what they call payback and karma, right? And you're really getting it right now. So next time, when you're teasing me and having so much fun with it, be prepared for me to do it right back. And maybe don't tease me so much. And then I'll be a little bit more merciful to you. Hey, don't look at me like that. It makes me feel bad. I'm not saying anything. I'm only saying, hey, are you really pouting right now? Oh, Wyan, come on. You know that's not really persuading me to stop. It's only making me want to do this again. And more. Stop pouting. You look so cute when you do. And it makes it difficult to take you seriously. And then you really should not blame me for what I do after. Am I really at fault if you're too cute when you're upset? I'm sorry. Hey, look at me. Come on. Don't be sad. Here. If I give you a kiss, would you be feeling better? No? Oh, I thought I heard something else. Well, you've got it. Here you go. How are you feeling now? Much better, I reckon. I'm glad. Hey, have you ever had a dream about me? You know, when we started dating, for a long time, you really were not in my dreams. Until a few months had passed, and then you started being integrated into them. You started being there. I've had dreams about you, a lot of them. And there are many of them that are good and bad. I don't really like remembering the bad ones, but there are many good ones that make up for it. And today I had a good one. But, well, I guess it didn't really last long. I woke up early, and I couldn't continue the dream. But it's not really bad if I have you here in my reality too. I could only say that for other dreams, where nothing of them is real. You want to know about the nightmare? Well, it's not really a sensible one. Most of my dreams aren't sensible, and especially my nightmares. You're really going to laugh at it. But the last one I had, well, there was that one time that I dreamed that there was a monster in the fridge. A demon. I don't really know why it was there, or how I didn't know. But I know that you went to cook, and then it jumped out and ate you. It felt really unreasonable, but it made me quite uneasy near the fridge for a while. Hey, don't look at me like that. It's not like I told you it was not ridiculous. It is quite ridiculous too, and very, very nonsensical. But it's a dream. You can't really have any expectations for it. Come on, stop laughing already. Surely you've had some too. You could tell me about it if you want. Oh, really? I didn't really expect that, but I guess I'm glad to hear. But really, you should stop with the bullying that you do. I don't really think it's good for you, Ayan. Especially when I bully you right back. It makes for a really bad relationship, right? Well, you certainly don't seem to be agreeing with me, as you're not really stopping. Either way, I was thinking of something. I think it's really comforting to be able to tell someone about your experiences. Like bad dreams, for example. You're able to tell me yours, and I can tell you mine. And we relate to each other. Feeling understood and related to. It's a great feeling. A feeling I've not been able to have for a long time. I usually did not really bother to talk to people or make an attempt at all. But right now, I really like having this experience with you. I like having someone like you and the way you understand me so well. I bet you could even understand me without words, the way you know me, and I could understand you too. It's all in the eyes, is that not? It is, though, at least to me. Your eyes tell me what you're feeling and what you're thinking, without you even needing to say a word. I really can't understand others as well, so it's only with you. Maybe because our hearts are synced. I'll never really forget the first day that we met. The first time that my eyes met yours. I feel like a different person since then. Like I was rebirthed or something. It may sound weird, but I really don't remember how I was. I'm not sure who I was back then, or what has really changed in me. But whatever it is, I'm quite glad for it. I like the changes I've undergone. And I want to be like this. And I want to get even better in the future. To be someone worthy of being by your side. Really, there are so many differences between us. But that day, I remember it very well. The way that you were looking at me, your eyes, and the way that you were so shy. You really weren't sure how to talk back then, and you felt nervous around me. I guess you thought I was intimidating. I knew, or at least I know now. Back then, I was really intimidated too. Not really in a regular fashion, but I guess in my own way. I was really scared of the conversation, and I felt like I was about to mess up. But back then, even I knew that something was going to change. There was an aura about you, and I felt like I didn't want to ruin things with this person I was meeting. That's why I got so nervous back then. You were interesting. I felt like I wanted to be something more. Maybe a friend. And soon, we were able to do something else. I think you've changed too. And I can tell that's for the better. I'm not saying you were bad back then, but you all grow, right? And you keep growing, Boyan. You keep changing. And your mind, it changes too, in a good way. I I was told that when a couple spends a long time together, they sort of imprint onto one another. At least that's what old ones say. I don't know if that's the case for us, or if it's really true, but I hope. Because in a way, we'll become one and the same. Parts of one another, never meant to be separated, and in a way, I guess we'll never be. Isn't that true? You know, Ion, I'm feeling quite sleepy. I guess being in your arms, it's really quite warm. And I've been tired today. All that talking, and all the anger before it. And it wasn't like I was resting all day, was I? I guess it's justified. Maybe I could just cuddle a little bit more. Would you mind if I fell asleep in your lap? Well, I'm glad you don't. I really don't get how you make me feel this way. But I guess you wouldn't know either. And no answer would be satisfying enough for me. Not saying that you wouldn't be able to get me a good one, but I really would not know the reason. I guess I always just feel so peaceful with you. Or are you sleepy as well? I wonder, do I make you feel the same way? I'm glad I do. You know, cuddling really wasn't too bad of a choice. I'm sorry I bothered you about it. You're my beautiful, intelligent Wayan, and nothing in the world will ever change that. You're quite cute too, aren't you? There is no use denying it. It's a fact, and nothing will ever change it for me. You can deny it all day and night, and it will still be true. Just like the sun rising and setting. I'm really not trying to tease you, Wayan. But it's all true, and you can't fight me on it, so you'd better give in now. Either way, I wish you a good night, and a sleep free of bad dreams. And if there are any, well, best believe I'm going to fight them away. I'm right here with you. There will be none. And when I wake up, try to remind me to get something from your favorite restaurant. You deserve a treat. You really put up with a lot from me today. I'm really glad I have you. Grateful for it. And I'll never forget that. So, remind me to treat you every once in a while. Now sleep well. I'm going to rest for a little bit. I'll see you when I wake up.